I stand before you a veteran, an Army retiree with over 22 years of active military service. 22. 22 is a symbolic number for me. Why? 22 is also the number of veterans and active military service members that commit suicide every single day. 22. I could have been one of those 22. Let me explain. There are two worlds. There's this world, the civilian world, and the military world. And I was stuck in between these two worlds. When I joined the military, I was given a family, a life, a job. And when I was given those things, I took pride in everything that the Army gave to me. I always knew that I was going to be in the military. Ever since the 6th grade, I knew that I was going to be in the military. I remember one time I called home while I was in basic training, and I'm like, "Hey, Daddy, what's going on?" And he's like, "Where are you?" "Dad, I'm in basic training." And I guess it was something that he heard in my voice. The joy of being in the military, the joy of finding where you belong. And my dad heard it. He felt it. But I still could have been one of these 22. When I transitioned from the military, I struggled. I didn't know where I was supposed to be. Once I got out, I didn't know who was supposed to be telling me what to do. I didn't know a lot of things, and I didn't know how to handle it. Now, don't get me wrong. The military has plenty of programs to assist us in our military transitions. They help us with our vocational. They help us with our resume. But what I didn't have to hold on to was, what is the mindset that I need when I'm going to transition? What is my new mission? What am I going to be doing as a civilian? I struggled. I didn't know how to handle it. And as I sat down in that darkness of the struggle, I was surprised that I didn't have a plan. And that was part of the struggle. More than 44% of post 9/11 veterans struggle with their military transitions. And if they're not post 9/11 veterans, that number is lower at 27%. It's easy to understand what is supposed to happen once we get out of the military. And it's hard for us sometimes to connect with what happens when we leave the military life. Matter of fact, there's one of my favorite studies, and it's called Rat Park. I won't bore you with a lot of numbers and a lot of things, but it's a Canadian study, and what they did was they took 2 sets of rats. One set of the rats, they gave morphine and water, and they isolated them. And the other set of rats, they put them in a community, they let them play, and that's why it's called a park. And they let them play. And I know you probably already guessed it, but the rats that were in isolation, they consistently went for the morphine. They consistently went to go to get that level of support. But the rats that were in community, they hardly ever went for the morphine. And that just shows how, no matter what kind of animal person we are, we all strive for some level of connection. We need it. We want it. Even you. It had been another day of me watching long episodes of HGTV, sitting in isolation, and slipping into another form of depression. And something amazing happened. It may not seem that amazing for you, but my phone rang. And this may seem, I don't know, kind of fly by night, but my phone didn't ring very often because when I was in this state, people didn't quite know how to handle me as I was. The person on the other end of that phone said, "I just called to say hi." A word so small, a word so simple. But that gave me so much validation in my heart that someone called to check on me. Someone cared enough to see how I was doing. It is important for us to be able to connect to one another. There is a study that shows that small connections, human interactions, and small talk is beneficial to who we are. We are literally killing ourselves by not connecting. The mortality rate from not connecting with humans and not being acknowledged is higher when we don't make those small interactions. We have an opportunity to reach out and connect with one another. And you may ask, it's so small. It can't be a big deal. Just saying hi to someone, how could it be anything? I can just tell you how it felt for me. We get so caught up in thinking that small talk is for small people, that big conversations and important conversations come in big, long, drawn out conversations. But that's not true. We get an opportunity to reevaluate what is a conversation and what makes for an important conversation. We get to reach out. We get to say, "How are you? I was thinking about you." But you may ask a question. How does this happen? How does it happen for me? What does small talk look like? What does a small interaction look like? I don't know how to do this because we learned that this isn't something that's important. Well, let me help you out. Sometimes we think it may be risky to take that chance to say hello. We think it may be risky to send a text message, "I was thinking about you." But take the risk. Take the time. Another reason why we may not reach out is because, do I want to go down this rabbit hole of, if I say hi, it's going to be this long, drawn out conversation? What are your kids doing? How are you? Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Just say hi. You may be asking, okay, who do I reach out to? How do I know, who I should reach out to? We are all in a state of transition. So you're looking for someone that looks like you. Is it someone that joined the military or they're leaving the military? Is it someone that started school or they're leaving school? Is it someone that's just now going to have a baby or someone that lost a baby? Is it someone that looks like you? So that is who you're going to reach out to. So now that we have someone in mind who we're going to reach out to, we are all in a state of here and there. Now, how do I reach out? I know, you should know this one already. Pick up the phone. Call them. Ask them. Let them know that you were thinking about them. It seems so simple, and it is. Pick up the phone. Okay? Next, I don't want to call them. I don't know their number. Go to your messengers and leave a voice note. This You guys have no idea how important this message has been for me. Someone just leaving a message, checking on me, specifically in this time of COVID and specifically in this time of potential civil unrest. These connections are small, but they are dynamic. Leave a message on the voicemail. I was thinking about you. And what else can you do? A simple text message. We all have a phone. We all know how to leave a message. It doesn't have to be big. It has to be intentional. We all have superpowers. We know that those superpowers, they don't work on ourselves. They only work on other people. Use your superpower of connectivity. Use your superpower of care. Use your superpower of humanity. These small acts of reaching out, these small acts of small talk is urgent in moving humanity forward. We all get an opportunity to move humanity forward every single day. It doesn't have to be big. It has to be intentional. There are plenty of opportunities to connect. We are all reaching out. We are all looking. We are all searching for this level of connection. I ask you, I implore you, I am begging you, reach out and just say hi. It may not seem like it's huge, but to me, it was everything.